So this is the pile of boxes and computer and stuff that I've been given for a long time now, and I need to get into it. I need to have them opened up, and I need to look at stuff so I can organize them on my shelf instead of having them in the boxes. So this video, I will go through all of the boxes and see what's inside them. So we'll take one box at a time and go from there. So these three I have picked up in Denmark. That's why they're not in boxes. So I had to drive across Denmark to pick them up. They were given to me. All of them, I have been told, are not working. So the only reason what I will be doing with them right now is just to open up and see if there's a battery I need to take care of. And then I will make some notes, stick it on it, so I know what I need to do with the different ones here. So this first one comes from Christian. And Christian, he lives up north on the mainland of Denmark called Jylland. This is an M24. So this is actually the first PC that Olivetti produced with an Intel 8086. I previously have had another one which I cleaned, and you can watch that one on the YouTube. So let's open it up. From the outside, it has a lot of bends, and I'm not sure. Wow, okay, it's rusty. So it's very rusty from the back, and they are heavy. And this one is missing, it's broken off. I noticed that the two screws that holds the top casing are not there, they're missing. So it should be like this. Okay. So this casing, that one is rusty. There is a little bit of rust coming on the inside. I don't see any rust on the outside though, so this should be fairly easy to look at. Inside, extremely dusty. Oh, and here's the hinge. So this one needs to be super glued down here. If you again watch my video about the M24, you will know that this is if you have an external hard disk bay on the side. The cable for that goes into the unit via this hinge. So I'm not going into deep what's inside this computer because there's more or less nothing. The graphics card. This seems to have two floppy disks. This one is not okay. So I know on these, I'll put this one back, there's a water battery, which we absolutely need to look at. So that's on the other side. So it's rusty, so it's a little bit difficult to get it out. Let's go. Let's turn it around. Screwdriver. I can see a little bit of rust coming here. And well, I'm not sure you can see it, but there's some corrosion. This is probably not rust, this is probably because of the leakage battery, which is over here. So if we look at it, it actually looks okay-ish, but it's still a water battery. It needs to get out. And I can now really see more rust down here, rust over here. So this needs to be taken care of. Cool. So I'll write rust. And I'll write battery. Which means take the next. So this one I picked up on one of the islands here in Denmark, the big island called Sjælland or Sealand. Okay, so again, floppy disk that's not working. This is the 5 1/4. It comes obviously with a 3 1/2. The M24 is a 2 unit. This is an M380C, which is a 3 unit one. I have 2 other M380 there behind me, and they are the M380 XP3. So they are actually extended because the hard disk is in there. So let's see if we can crack this one open. Looking at it, it seems to be okay, fairly okay. So this is where the fan sits, and this is shattered. This is not good anymore. But let's take out the back plane so we can have a look. Inside there should be just a set of batteries, not one that is sorted into a motherboard. So that should be easy. So this M300, oh it's heavy, sorry. So this M380, that's an AT386 computer. Okay. Oh, this looks nice. Okay, yes, and as I'm not sure you can see it, but the battery is down here, and there's no leakage at all. What the disk drive is. It's a tiny bit dusty, but it's actually okay. So the battery sits here on the side, right here. Seems fine. This is December 87. So it's a young one, right? Let's close this up and write battery. Well, let's just rip it out and put it to my pile of other batteries instead of. So this one I also picked up here on the mainland, Jylland. This is an M28. As you can see, it's missing a lot of parts. The guy who gave it to me said he couldn't get it up and running. He was struggling with the BIOS. Yeah, but I have the BIOS disk, so that shouldn't be a big problem. So let's see how it looks inside. The M28 is a 8286, and I have previously also featured this model on the YouTube channel. So let's, wow, this can't even get off, so maybe it's rusty. There we go. Nope, not rusty. Actually in perfect condition, it's just dirty. Oh, I see some corrosion here. This is for the on and off button here. Oh, that is also not okay. There's corrosion on the power supply on the side. So let's see what we're having inside here. So this card is a combined, it's an MFM card that combines a hard disk and the floppy drive controller on this card. This one, oh, that's a mouse. That's a controller card for a mouse. which is the good old mouse. Nice. And yay! So the Olivetti computers, they come with this built-in CIT controller, the full-size one, and this goes for M24, M24 SP, M28, and M28 SP. This card is the one that provides the video signal and the graphics, but you can extend it with an additional card, the expansion card. So this will provide in the graphic solution of 640 by 400, instead of this first card only provides monochrome, so 2 colors, black and white. This one will provide additional colors. So you will, in the high res, you will be able to have 4 colors. So that's a neat feature. This was used a lot for CAD programs like AutoCAD or AutoCAD and stuff like that. So very nice. This extended graphic card can be put into all of the computers. Nice. But I absolutely need to and there's no battery in it. Okay. The battery used to sit here and on the side. So the battery has been taken out. There's no floppy disk, there's no hard disk, there's no nothing. There's just a lot of packets, something that's broken. This comes from a 3 1/4, so 3.5 inch floppy drive. So that's the front panel broken off. So what I'll write on this one is rusty. Power supply rusty. Pen. Let me take the 3 computers away and make room for this one. So this next one comes from Italy and it's sent by Lorenzo. And I'm assuming it's a monitor, so let's open it up. I think I'll put it on the floor so it's easier. It looks brand new. It's a VGA monitor and the model number is an Olivetti low emission monitor, and the monitor model, let me get closer, it's called CDU 1431E. So it's a color monitor. Very nice. Only problem is I have no place to store it, because back you can't see it from there, but there's monitors all over the place. Let me show you. So all the monitors are up there. So I need to figure out where to put this monitor. As it is in really good shape and I have styrofoam with it, I'll put it back in the box and store it on the floor temporarily. So next batch. This has been in my shelf for 3 months, I think. This is a purchase I made on eBay. And it's an Amstrad NC100. Power supply, English. Here's the computer. This goes over there. So it comes in this fine leather thing and in a small bag. And this is a typewriter, but it's actually, even though it's Amstrad, our good old, now late friend, Sir Ian Sinclair, he actually wrote the first chapter in the manual for this, because he wanted to produce a computer that was so easy that even he kind of like could manage to use it. So the first chapter is all about him, from him, about the computer. It has a few functions built in. So via the yellow and the three colors over here, when you turn it on, you can either go into a word processor, a calculator, or a diary stuff. And if you hold function and B, I seem to recall, then you boot it into the built-in BASIC. Very nice. It comes with, yeah, Vata batteries, but these are actually new. And there is a coin battery up here, and that coin battery is so that the BIOS setting, the CMOS settings are stored, the clock and stuff, even though you're changing the batteries. But it can also be powered by the power brick. I think actually, I recall there was yes, it actually comes with a 256 kilobyte expansion card that you can put inside on it. Another thing I bought from eBay 4 months ago was this one. This is a Casio PB100. This actually is the first computer I owned back in the day when I went to school. And it was fun. I could program a lot of formulas, so when I had the math classes, I was a little bit ahead of all the other ones, but they're normal calculators. So that was like super cool. It has an expansion up here, so you can actually have a casing, and to the casing you could have extended like a tape drive or a plotter. Oh, not a plotter, it was a printer. So very nice. Let's move over here. This comes from Tom from UK. So these are 3/4 inch floppy drive, a floppy disk, and these goes with Amstrad. And if I briefly look at Amstrad CPM Plus, Dr. Logo and Help for CPM Plus, I can't see what's on this, but it looks like a lot of games. Master Disk Backup 1 and 2, PIC5, MON3, My Games. Seems to be more games, and Master Disk 3 backup, Master Disk 4 backup, so they must probably be combined with this set. So they're not that easy to locate, these old drives, but that's cool because I think I know what this is. It goes with this. Next up is a box. This box came with this, which also arrived from UK, from Oliver wrote on it. So let's open that one up. Well, for people who are into Amstrad, you will know what this is, or what it could be. The size of it shows me that it's a CBC, at least. question is just which model. Not well packed. It came like this, so postal service, I hope. Oh, it's the original. Oh, nice. Okay, so it's the original casing, I must assume. Amstrad color personal computer. What does this say? Oh, this is probably French. Ordinateur personnel couleur. I'm assuming I don't speak French. No parlez-vous français. But CPC 464. Made in Korea. Fabriqué in... Don't know again. But yeah, it's the original box. Yeah, let's see if we can... I see. Okay, so it is the CPC 646. This is the one with the red markings. There's also one with yellow. And this is where, this model is the later one with the lower keys. So the original, the first version, had higher key stamps on it. So that's nice. Looks actually good. And it has the small board, not the full-size board as the original, the first model version. So this is the small one. Serial number 533. I think this means that it's for the UK market. 8102718. But obviously no years on it. But is there anything on the casing stating the year? Let's see. No, it's just serial number, same one as in. So this actually belongs to this casing. I usually don't keep the boxes because, yeah, I don't know what to do with them, and it's not mint condition anyway. So, but it's fine. Let's put it in. And let's move to this, which also came from Oliver. Oh, okay, so lots of disc games. Yeah. The Amstrad CPC 464 was my first PC that I played with, I bought. And even though it was produced for gaming, I didn't play games on it. I was fascinated that when I looked at the actual computer with the monitor, I have two of the monitors, two color monitors. You could have 80 character wide and 25 lines. And for that, it told me that this is a business computer. So this is the first computer I actually made real programs on for my father's company. I didn't play games. I very quickly got bored with games because they didn't say anything. I think, to recall, it's because half the times it didn't work and it took like 10 to 15 minutes just to load a game. So I was doing the basic programming, making programs on it, storing and out on tapes though. So yeah, nice set of games. Yeah. Let's look at the last one. This comes from Paul, also in UK. And I have actually peeked into this one when it arrived. Yes, there we are. Saxybury in UK? I don't know where that is. LN1 zip code. Ooh. So, an original Armsoft box seems to be a, which it is, controller. Very dusty, but yeah, that's tiny. This doesn't seem to work. But yeah. Cool. It smells. Just wrappings. Okay. So I think this is a mod. Oh, maybe it's for the cable, SCAR cable. Okay. Amstrad CPC1128 television connection kit. That's the cable. Yes. So this is for SCAR. It goes into the computer and takes the power and sound. Let's wait with this one and have a look at what this is. Oh, more disc, I think. Yes. 5 more disc. Oh, these are very nice. Are they? I think they're brand new. They are. Not even a label on it. But if I look at the actual disc down here, it looks malty. Yeah, always be careful when you are dealing with any types of floppy disk, because over time some of them can get malty, and if you put them in a drive, that will be transferred into the drive and you can actually ruin a drive. So it's actually better not to deal with them if you think they're suspicious, unless you have a floppy drive that you don't care about. They seem okay. This one seemed very, maybe it's just dust, could be. So this says Amstrad CPC1128 PD disk utilities, and this says CPM plus system disk plus utility. This has no label. Wonder what this is. Amstrad CPC464 and 6128 main power supply unit, 5 volt UK 3-pin plug. So, and it is what it's telling us. This says almost the same. So this says 10 watt 5 volt. This says 12 watt and 12 watt. So I will assume don't fuck them up and change them. So the actual unit uses the 5 volt, but the disk drive, floppy disk drives, they use the 12 volt. I have the monitors, and in one of the monitors you actually have on the monitors the 12 volt rail going out that goes into the unit, so you will power up the drive that way. Nice. Then be the actual unit. Yeah. Seems to be in a really, really nice condition. From the outside, I can't see any markings or damages or anything. The keys are a little bit pale. I'm not sure whether or not that's the original color. I don't have, this is my first one, so I'm not sure. But yeah. So here we have the power. This is the 12 volt. that goes into the monitor, and then you have a power supply from the monitor, the 12-volt, the 5-volt from the monitor going in here. So this goes into the monitor, and from the monitor you have the 5-volt also. So I don't need any of these because I have the right monitors for it. But this is very nice if you would like to have a SCAR instead of. Yeah, nice, thank you. Let me take this away and let's have a look at the next batch. So I got a bag of something in an anti-static bag. These were sent to me from Michael from Wiesbaden, which is in the south of Germany, as I recall. And he just had a lot of memory DRAMs laying around, and he just offered to ship them to me. He didn't know any condition they're in, and sadly I don't have a tester for DRAM yet. I'm trying to figure out which one I should buy so I can test all the RAMs and other chips that are sent to me. So wow. So a bag full of different stuff. I need to take off my glasses so I can see any of these small ones. So wow. So this is a 4164. So this is 64 bytes, and this one says -15, so this is 115 nanoseconds. I'm assuming it's the same, all of them, 50 nanoseconds, 4164. This is 4164 15. 4164 15. Okay. This says 800. What? Hold on a second. This says MB 81464-10. Never heard about these, but -10, that means it's 100 nanoseconds. I'll have to look them up. There's two pieces of paper. One, this is for the 4164 12 or 15. Oh, that's the diagram. Okay. So yeah. So these go actually into, could go into the Olivetti M24 and SP and the Olivetti M28, depending on the nanoseconds value. So 100, so -12, I'm not sure. -12, which is 120 nanoseconds, they are the fast one, so they go in the SP, and the 100 and so the 15, which is 150 nanoseconds, they go into the Olivetti M24 because that's the slow one, the 8 megahertz. So the 8 megahertz has the 15, and the 10 megahertz has the -12, right? Yeah. And -10 should go into the 280, as I recall. Well, thank you. These are stored in plastic. These are just laying around. They are really rough, and usually they have no problems with laying around on a piece of paper and stuff like that. But I will need to go thoroughly through them and sort them. I'm assuming It's 4 different kinds, but I'll have to look at it. So I'll sort that. I don't need to show you that on the YouTube channel here. And then I'll store them as they should be. So let me take these away. Next box, this one. This one is also a purchase that I did on eBay back in September, I think. So I know what this is. So this is an amazing computer back in the days. We are now in 1983, and Casio created or made a computer setup which they licensed out to Olivetti and Tandy, and a third one was that Casio. No, NEC. So those 3 took that building set from Casio and built the computer out of that. And one of the neat feature with the Olivetti one is actually that it has this thing. You can put it up when you're then writing. So these computers were really used for reporters when they're out in the field reporting something. They could write immediately on the keyboard, really nice keyboard, and then they could ship it up via the COM port. They could send it to the home office, so they had whatever they're writing there immediately. I think this one, oh man, I think this one is a ADC85 inside them. Yeah. Well, this one will definitely be featured on my channel. I think I will feature this together with the Amstrad, the NC100, and maybe the Casio, because it's 3 portable computers, let's call it that, from different areas, and it actually shows how the computers have evolved over time. So I'm planning on making a series about those 3. But nice. This one. So this one comes from Renato in Italy also. Okay, this is gonna be messy, I think. Let me just get rid of all of this and unwrap that and come back. All unwrapped. There's a lot of the snow on the floor, but I hope. So this turns out to be yet another Olivetti, of course, but this is the M290S, and this one was made in '89. It's an 82, 86, and this runs at 12 megahertz, I do recall. Let's be honest, which I am, I hate it. Not the computer itself, but the casing. I hate it. The tiny, I actually have another one, which is an M4-40, which is a 486. Almost the same casing. It will be featured on a video soon. Really, really dirty, but it was such a pain to get into the casing, open up and getting into them. I know there's a riser card in this specific case. If I look at the back, I see there's 3 expansion. On the other one, the M440, it's only 2. So the motherboard is a tiny one, and then there's a razor card up here for the expansion card. And it's a struggle to work with to get them to even open up. So I'm not even gonna be bothered open this one up right now. That will be when I eventually feature this model. But 80, 286 and 12 megahertz. So I will assume it only holds 1 megabyte of RAM also. But it's a nice small computer. It's just a struggle to work with. So cool. Let me take this away and look at the next batch. Next one, fragile. This also comes from Italy, from Francesco. So crack it open. So for all you young people sitting at work, emailing to all your colleagues and other people to have them answer all your questions, this one is the emailing thing in my days when I was young. This is a fax. That's funny. Actually turns this way around. It's an Olivetti fax. Wow. That's a bit funny. So Olivetti TLM810. Wow. Yeah, well, we used to use those back in the days. We actually have here at my company, we have a printer with a built-in fax because a few of our German customers still work with faxes when we order equipment and stuff. So really funny. So I could theoretically hook this one up if it works and send a fax or receive a fax. Super cute. Okay. Oh wow. This is the printer port, the parallel cable. Where does that one go? Because why would you have a parallel cable for fax? No idea. I don't think this doesn't belong to this. But this phone connection, this must be how the plugs were in Italy. Let me see if I can get it out. I can't even get it out. So that's the plug. They're round. So that must be the Italian way of having a phone plug. Let me move it over. There's one more item in here. Actually, we have 2 more items. There's a tiny thing. And more of the snow. Oh, hold on. Haven't we not just seen one of these? We have. Okay. So we can skip this one very quickly. Yet another M290S. Goes straight on the shelf to the other one. This one is extremely dirty. And then an even tinier computers. I think it's time for me to say I hate them. Well, fun aside. This is super, super tiny. This is an Olivetti Pcs11. I have never seen these before. This is crazy. That's tiny. Wow. How can I have missed this? It's extremely dirty. It's really, really dirty. But that's cute. Again, I'm not gonna open it. because it's a struggle. I'll open it when I'm featuring it on the channel. Hold on, I need to look this one up because I'm curious what's inside it. I'm back. It's an 8386. 16 megahertz. Wow. You recall the M380C I just previously showed you here, and the two 380 XP3s? They have the same CPU, but the casing is like 10 times bigger than this. Wow. Cool. Thank you. Let's have the next batch on the table. Next batch is on the table. This one actually came 3 days ago. Yeah, ish. And this came from Patrick, and he lives in France. And sometimes this label is put on some of my packages, and that's when the customs control have opened up the packages, and then I just get stuff like this. In this case I got it like this. Well, I know what it is because this is an 8-bit graphics card. So on my series, the 3 rusty M240s, when I bought them, they arrived and they had no graphics card in them. And the board inside is only 8-bit. So I wrote on Facebook if anybody had a 8-bit card they would like to donate. And he actually was so kind to donate this to me. It's a Genoa. I have never heard about it, so I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what card this one is. No idea. Yeah, it seems to be American because all the RAM chips have the American flag on it. So, but that will be featured when we are finishing up the 3 rusty M240s. It's been going on for long. I'm trying to wrap it up. The next episode is about the power supplies, and spoiler alert, not working. But thank you very much. This came with this, and it was also open like this. So I don't know if there's only this original in it. And this comes from Stephen, Stephen from UK. And I also have had this for a while. So this is also from September, the package. So let's have a look at this. These must belong to each other somehow. Okay, they're EEPROMs. Okay, can't tell you what EEPROMs they are, but on this one it says Starbase 2.0. And on this one it says FAC, as in FAC, or EAC as in AC, Micronet. There's some writings on the EEPROM actually, so I can see the EEPROM is an NEC. It's a D27128D, so 128K EEPROM. Okay, so this actually tells me what's inside here, I will assume. So, am I getting my first beep? I call them beep with a P, even though I know it's beep with a B. Not, I'm Dane, so. nice. That's a lot. And we have reached it. It is a beep. Nice. So this is the BBC Microcomputer. Cool. My first one. I wanted it when I was young. I saw it in the magazines. I didn't understand it at that point, what it was. And it was extremely expensive. This is one of the reasons why I got the Amstrad CPC. Yeah, nice. And there are so many YouTubers explaining a lot of these, so I won't go into depth of it yet because it's new to me. But I'm really super excited. This is a dream come through. Looking at these, working with them, see if I can find any expansion, because it has the tube where you can hook up additional CPUs, for instance, and it has the 1 megahertz bus, user port, disk drive stuff, and you can get so many things to this computer, even though it's old. But there are so many people making stuff for it. It's amazing. And obviously these two EEPROMs somehow goes into it. Again, I have my first one, so I'm not sure how it actually works, but I think there are like 5 slots of EEPROMs in this area where you could put different kinds of EEPROMs in it. So nice. Let me see, because one thing that I do recall from looking at YouTube, the other YouTubers, is that, okay, yeah. So sometimes if you're lucky, you get the one with the Econet, which is the way BBC wanted for educational purpose to hook up the beeps in a network. And they had their own developed Econets, but this one doesn't come with it. So yeah, really looking excited to this, and looking forward to digging into it. Cool. There's more, so let's look at the last batch. Last pile. It's a lot, right? Sorry it takes forever, but there's a lot. This one comes from Bagas, and oh, sorry, can't remember. Not going into that discussion then. So it's shipped from the Netherlands. Welcome, my Netherlands viewers. So the box says Amstrad Bbc11 dot matrix printer. Wow. Produced in UK. What does this say? This just says the same. Could this be a printer? I think it's a printer. Wow. So here's the manual. Okay. Never owned a printer for my Amstrad. So that's kind of neat. Here's the printer cable. Newspaper. Anything exciting? Oh, Comes from UK, but this looks like Italian. March 13th, 2021. That is a nice one. If I had that back in the days, I would think like this is from the future. Oh. Something is broken up here. Is this the color, or is that the one thing that moves the head? Well, don't know. Yes. I think it's the ribbon, right? If anybody knows anything about this one, Amstrad DMP2000, please make a comment so I can see how this actually works. That's so cool. It takes printer paper. I don't have any of this. We got rid of that kind of paper, like endless paper, like I don't know what, 15 years ago. So I need to go hunt some of those papers. That's, oh wow, I'm excited again. And the printer cable. And the power cord. Even though this came from UK, it's a bit strange, right? The casing said UK, and I know he lives in UK. But the power cord, that's not UK. This is Europe. So maybe, I don't know. So nice. Let me take this away. Next up, this is from Jonathan. And Jonathan is also from the UK. Oh. Sometimes I'm amazed that some of the packages actually survives being shipped here. But, yeah. Well, we haven't opened it up, so we don't know if it's broken or anything, but there's an Atari Mouse, so you know what it is. So this is an Atari 1040 STFM. I know your channel is all about Olivetti, but talking with you on Facebook, I noticed that you mentioned that you as a child always wanted to have an Atari. So I guess that's in the package. I guess so too. Laughing out loud. This one has brought me so many hours of gaming pleasure back when I was younger. It's been stashed away in the attic for many years now, and when cleaning out, the family and I, decided it was time to let it go and perhaps find a new and better home for it. Yes, this is where you come in. Oh, thank you. I am amazed by how tidy and clean you have it in your workshop studio. So, well, I'm a bit dirty now from all the packing. So it just felt right to me to send the Atari on its next adventures to you, where I'm sure you will have a good spot for it. I hope this will give you many joyful hours, and I and the family shall be looking forward to seeing it on your channel, should you at some point decide to expand the brand collection. Oh, that's cute. Thank you. Yes, it's been, I've had this for a long time. So yeah, that's so nice. The mouse looks brand new. the computer looks old, which it is, and dirty. Nice. Again, this is a computer when I was young. I wanted this so much. But I had the Amstrad Bbc 11. So, really looking forward digging into this. I knew that I had this one because I was writing to him, so I knew this was arriving. I also know what this is, just be honest, because I also been writing to this guy about this a few months ago, and I can't recall which one, either this one or this one, is not turning on. So I had actually a few months ago ordered power supplies in case this doesn't work. So I am a little bit prepared because I have been eager for a long time to dig into these two. And let's put this over there. Let's take this one. So this one again is when the custom here in Denmark are suspicious with boxes. They open it up and they kind of like just wrap around and they don't care. Sorry, I cannot use the F word. So sorry, I will edit it out. But let's open it up. It's an Atari Mouse. STM1 it says. What does this one say? It says the same, Atari STM1. So I'm assuming they are the same, but it's probably the mouse that came with the Atari, right? I'm just amazed that this looks so brand new, and this is in a casing, also relatively new. The plastic has a little bit of colorization. Yeah. Nice. Another mouse. Well, you do need a mouse for the Atari because is it called TOS, the operating system, the graphic operating system on it? In order for you to work with it, you need to have a mouse to point stuff. So it doesn't work without a mouse. But this is neat. Let's open the next. Oh, in this case, the last box. Which also has a label. Oh, sorry. Hi Tybo. I've been following your channel for a month now, and I must say the content about the Olivettis, how do you pronounce Olivetti in plural? I guess Olivettis, as you write here, is very inspiring. And it really shows that you have a big heart for the brand. I do. I saw in your bio that you also liked Amstrad and Atari. And as I don't own an Olivetti nor Amstrad, I decided to send you my Atari. I have not used it for 10 plus years, and I don't even know if it works anymore. But it's yours to have. Keep up the fantastic works. Oh, nice. This is the one where the power supply probably wasn't working. Have it here. A lot of wrapping. Yes. It's an Atari ST 520 STFM. So STFMs, both of them, which means they have a floppy drive. And the M, I think that's due to the graphics port something. I need to look it up. It's new to me, but yes. So short story again about that I really wanted this. I previously said I wanted this, but when I was young, the 520 was the one that was out at that time, not the 1040. The 520 is the one with 512, and the 1040 is the 1 megabyte. So half a megabyte, 1 megabyte. ST is for, what is it, 16-bit? What is the T? I can't remember. ST stands for something, and S is 16-bit, and T I can't remember. Again, looking forward to this, and I have a mouse. So a mouse for each of them, and in the case any problem, I have a power supply. As I knew I had these coming, I then bought power supplies. I also on eBay bought an Atari Monitor. Hold on a second. So I also have this one. So this is the Atari SM124. So this is a color monitor that can be hooked up to this. So be pleased when I can hook it up and see how all of this works. Let me put it back and clean up, and let's wrap it up. A lot of unpacking, and I am so excited for all the stuff that I have had sent to me. It's so crazy that you people are willing to send me stuff. I am so honored. I'm getting goosebumps now. I will probably cry. It's so cool, and it really thrives me, and I'm so happy as a person, both for producing the content on the YouTube channel, but also that people are sending me stuff. It's a lot of good vibes, and I love this community of people who are either into vintage computers or just don't want to toss their computers out to scratch and sending it to me. It's crazy. But this one has been a long episode, and I'm sorry it took so long, but it's been piling up the stuff for a long period, and I just needed to get it organized. So I had to open them up and see what's wrong with them, see what it is, and organize them in my shelves. I just throw them more or less in, so it's not organized yet, but I will be spending the next coming week trying to organize it a little bit better so it looks nice. Thank you again so much for sending me stuff. I will be looking forward for producing all the videos to all the different items. This will probably take like half a year, but that's okay. It's content, and I like it. So again, thank you very much. And for all you viewers, if you like this, thumbs up for that one, and please do subscribe. It helps me and it helps you, so you get notification whenever I'm doing some content on the YouTube channel. So from Denmark, from my stuff, thank you very much and goodbye.